Good morning. I'm Kat, and this is Lois. Cindy, we thank you for being here to serve with us this morning. It's our pleasure to serve as your music ministers this morning, and whether you are on YouTube Live or watching later on Facebook or YouTube, know that our love is with you, and we want to welcome you home. We have had a wonderful time this morning looking outside and watching the robins eat the berries. And so if you haven't peeked outside, see what's going on out there. If you want to, you can stand to move with us, and we are going to sing, and you can join in. We are all one people.
This song is Souls of God. I wrote it just a couple of weeks ago, and it talks about how we're all sparks of God, part of the one God, and that we develop into souls, and that what we want is the loving and to be heard. All around your universe, what shining, loving. We are souls of God. This is who we are. We are souls of God. Feeling, knowing. We are souls of God. We all are one. We are one, all one, all one.
And now we're going to shift into that quieter space. You can take a couple deep breaths and moving into prayer. We will have you echo with Lois. There is only one mind.
There is only one mind.
In which we all live and move.
In which we all live and move.
And have.
And have.
Our being. There is only one heart.
There is only one heart.
In which we all live and move.
In which we all live and move. God and I are one.
There is only one mind.
There is only one
In
mind.
which we all live and move.
In which we all live and move.
And have.
And have.
Our being.
Our being.
There is only one heart.
There is only one heart.
In which we all live and move.
In which we all live and move. God and I are one.
Yes, there is only one
There is
mind.
only one love.
In which we all live and move.
In which we all live and move.
And have.
And have.
Our being.
Our being.
There is only one heart.
There is only one heart.
In which we all live and move.
In which we all live and move.
God
And
and
I
I
are one.
I invite you to take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale. As we breathe into this holy moment together. Close your eyes, bow your head if that's part of your faith tradition, as we enter into the oneness. We breathe in together, knowing that there is no place where God is not. That all things are within that living, loving circle of presence. We breathe in, knowing that love, that unconditional love that which created is, has for us. And just as we can never be outside the circle of presence, we can never be outside the circle of divine love. In this time when we feel so separated from our loved ones, from our friends, from our spiritual communities, we breathe in knowing that in this divine moment we are one. Breathing in, breathing out. Knowing that our breath and our hearts are in the same rhythm of those who are scattered from us. That we are all connected, that we are all breathed from the same source. So although we are not physically together, in truth, we can never be separated. In this frequency of love and oneness, we hold those that are on our hearts and minds this morning. And I invite you, wherever you are, to speak those names aloud, entering them into this holy vibration. Jaden F., Kate D., Eric D., Barry B., Sandy B., Lil, Andy B., the Wallers, Natalie, Mayos, Mary Lou, Diane and family, Darian and Haley, the Wood family, Marge, Ruth, the Bonars, Thelma, Chicklet, Natalie, Chase and Sadie, Archer, Bosco, the Bales family, the Rackley family, DS, the O's, EJG, our AV team and our platform team, the Chilcote family, Kaya, Patrick and the Wathen family, Joanne, Eddie and Kim, Juanita and Norman, baby Macon and parents, BB, RJ, Doug, the Esons, Randy and Judy O, Mike and Pam, Jody S. We breathe in, sending our love across the oceans, over the mountains, up to the heavens, where it returns to us, seeing this love enfold each of these names that have been spoken aloud and those that have been held silently in our hearts. We affirm that we are one family, one humanity, one with the one. And so it is, all women, all children, amen. So if you're just joining us for the first time across the airways, I'm the Reverend Glenda Walden, and I am the leader of Unity Fort Wayne Spiritual Center, a high vibration tribe. Our purpose and our mission is to wake everyone up to their own divine essence and to do our part in creating unity in the world. We begin our service by lighting the Christ candle, which reminds us that there is a light within us that can never be extinguished. Whether we know it's there or not, it shines before us. And today our affirmation is, in harmony of mind and spirit, our differences fall away. I invite you, wherever you are today, to say that with me. In harmony of mind and spirit, our differences fall away. We're going to say that 2 more times, just to create that divine energy alive in us this morning. In harmony of mind and spirit, our differences fall away. And one more time. In harmony of mind and spirit, our differences fall away. My God, what a fantastic time to be alive. I know that you guys are tired of hearing me say that, but I think I'll probably be saying that till, I don't know, maybe spring. I don't know. And I know that right now it doesn't seem like it's a fantastic time to be alive. I know that many of you have had to make some really difficult decisions this week. One of the difficult decisions that we had to make as leadership of Unity Fort Wayne Spiritual Center was to close our building. We've not ever closed our building entirely, and we made a decision that we wanted to be good role models, that we wanted to live what we believe, which is truth, and that everyone is valued, and that our love is unconditional. And so we closed our center. So it's different to be here on a Sunday morning and to only have my crew with me. But I tell you that we are here and we are fully present and we are fully committed to being one with you this morning. When some of you know that I just got back from Florida a couple of weeks ago. So although I love the snow, like I love the snow on a postcard. I love to see the snow outside the window and I don't have to go anywhere when I can cuddle up on my couch with a blanket and drink some hot chocolate, right? But I was thinking about our trip, and one of the things that I love to do is collect shells. And it just so happened yesterday, which was still kind of nice, right? I reached down in my pocket and I found a wayward shell that had apparently found its way into my pocket during our trip. And when I collect shells, I am particularly struck by the ones that are spirals. In fact, if you look at my shell collection, most of them are spirals of some kind. And it occurred to me that I probably have been using that symbol since I had a crayon in my hand. That it is something that speaks to me. It speaks to me because it reminds me that life is ever constantly changing. And that even in the worst of times, that we are evolving and changing. That everything conspires for our good, for our evolution, for our growth, for our benefit. And so I'm going to propose a really preposterous idea this morning. And that preposterous idea is that you stop and say thank you. Thank you that your families aren't coming. Thank you that you don't have to get up early on Black Friday and shop like a maniac. Thank you that there is social unrest. Thank you that our political government seems to be in chaos. Thank you that COVID walks among us. Thank you. Because you see, I know that in truth, that everything is conspiring for our good. And I know that it has taken each of those things to rekindle in us a desire for unity. That it has taken everything that's happening right now to wake us up. To wake us up to the realization that family comes first. Actually, in my world, presence, God comes first, family comes second. How long has it been since we paused and really appreciated those that gave birth to us, those that came before us, those that we've grown up with, even those that we've been disconnected from? We say we love our families, but I believe we are being taught to cherish them. That in this moment, we are fully aware of how temporary life in this body and on this planet is. I believe that we've been asleep at the wheel, just worrying about our own little corner, just going along, doing what we got to do, doing our jobs, getting our paychecks, paying our bills. And we haven't been too concerned about what's happening across the street or next door to us or down the road. And that all of these things have conspired to remind us, to wake us up, and to remind us that the separation is only here in our minds. That truly we are all one and can never, ever be separated. So I say thank you. Thank you. Because it is an exciting time to be alive, because we have an opportunity to wake up and to create oneness. As I was thinking about oneness, and I'm reading a book by Howard Caesar, who's a unity minister, retired now from Texas, who wrote a book called 1 + 1 = 1. I love this book, and I love to hear Howard talk about it. And he says in his book that we have to get over the idea that what we do doesn't matter. That what we do only affects us. And we are couched in this time right now where we have to understand that we're here because of our collective thoughts, our collective feelings, our collective behaviors. You can't pin it on any one person. We are all in this together. And what he says is the quality, character, and frequency of every person's life energy becomes tributary for good or ill, streaming into this ocean of the collective consciousness. Therefore, how every person lives their life matters and contributes in some degree to the whole. And so if it is oneness that we desire, then we first have to create oneness within ourselves. We first have to become one with that which created us, and it is up to us, each of us, to create the oneness that we desire. We talked last week that this idea of being one is not really anything new. All of the master teachers, Buddha, all of them, Jesus, all of them taught this idea that we are one. There is a prayer in the book of John attributed to Jesus. And in this prayer, Jesus says, I have given them the glory that you gave me, that they may be one as we are one. I in them, and you in me, so that they may be brought to complete unity. Then the world will know that you sent me and have loved them as you have loved me. This is Jesus' call to oneness. In that prayer, he is asking that we understand that we are loved beyond measure. You see, love and oneness are two sides of the same coin. In another passage in the New Testament, in 1 John, we read that God is love. And when we love, we abide in God. So this idea of oneness and love go hand in hand. And so the question becomes, that sounds really good in theory. But how do we begin to live and act and be as one? How do we create that oneness? And we create that oneness, I believe, by first becoming open-hearted. Think for a moment how you have closed your heart off. How are you distrustful of others? How do you hold things back? Is your God too small to handle what's going on in your life? I had a book one time when I was in recovery, and I was really struggling with this God concept because I really, A, didn't like the word God, and B, decided that whoever he was out to get me, and so we just needed to stay out of each other's way. And someone handed me a book that said, Your God is too small. I was like, great. Everything else I got going on, now God's too small. But what I understood was, that book was an invitation to understand that everything is within the circle of presence. And if everything is within the circle of presence, then there's nothing that is too big or too small for presence. So I want you to think about one of your most intimate, loving relationships. I'm really blessed to have an inner circle of friends. People that I can drop the F-bomb in front of, people that don't care if I don't shower, people that just love me no matter how outrageously impulsive I am, whether I get my truck hung up in a sand dune. Like, they don't care. Like, they just love me anyway. They love me unconditionally. I hope that you have at least one person in your life who is like that. And so I want you to think about that relationship. What is that relationship like? Can you be fully you, authentically you? So when I think about authenticity, I don't think about this great big, this great big beautiful thing. When I think about being authentically me, that means I can have bad breath and you'll tell me. It means that I can do outrageously foolish things and you'll forgive me and love me anyway. Authentic is when I show up with my flaws, when I show up as both human and divine, and you love me anyway in the midst of my humanity. I hope that you have someone like that. And so the invitation that Jesus offers us in that prayer is an invitation to begin to think of presence in that way. To open our hearts to a relationship with that which created us. To not try to hide. To not just go to God when we want something. Or to hide from God, which is impossible, when we think we've done something wrong. But instead, to open our hearts to that love that is always present. That love of the one. Be open-hearted. And then nurture the relationship. Nurture the relationship. I have a friend that we may go for months and months and months and not see each other. Well, actually, we haven't seen each other in a couple of years now. Ben, if you're out there somewhere, I hope you're listening. And we can go for months without speaking. But I'm telling you, once we get on the phone, you can't get us off. Once we get on the phone, we're loving and we're open and we're so excited, and it's like we just talked to each other yesterday. I believe that our relationship with the divine is supposed to be the same way. That every day we nurture that relationship, and we nurture that relationship when we take a moment to look outside at the snow and we see the robin on the branch and we go, my God, what a fantastic time to be alive. We nurture that relationship when we sit quietly and simply listen. When we meditate, when we enter the stillness, when we are willing to have a conversation. Some of you call that prayer. I call it conversating, because you see, the relationship I have with the presence, I can say just about anything I want and do. And so there are times when I go, what are you thinking? Like, really? This is ridiculous. And there are times when I very humbly say, thank you. Thank you. Some of you know that I can be really defiant. I can say, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. What? You're going to give me a new message 5 minutes before service? No. And then I settle down and I breathe in. And I tell you this. No matter how I show up in my relationship, today I know that I'm never separated. Today I know that no matter what, that love is present in me. Because if it wasn't, I'd probably be a dark spot on the ground where lightning had struck me multiple times. Just saying. I know that that love is always present. This time of being away from our families, this time of having to be home, this time of being separated is an invitation to turn within. It is an invitation to nurture the relationship that you have with that which created you. Open-hearted. Nurture the relationship. And Reverend Howard Caesar suggests that we also enter into the kingdom of beingness. I have to tell you, that's been my big lesson since March, is I am learning how to be and to be comfortable being, because I am a human doing, not a human being most of the time. I'm a human doing. Even when I pretend I'm being, I'm actually doing, you know. Even when I'm being quiet and meditating, I'm doing meditation. I'm doing my quiet time. I'm doing my affirmations. About the only time I be is when I'm in the middle of a body of water on my kayak, when I can just sit for a minute. But this time that we have alone, this time that we're pushing against, this time that we're resisting, this time that some of us are kind of angry about, is an invitation to be. To be. Howard Caesar says, when people find their way into that kingdom of beingness in them, they sense they are a part of and at one with the whole of it, the all of it. That it's all one living being. You, others, nature, nations, the earth, the sky, the stars, the cosmos, the infinite, and the all of it. When I was traveling a few weeks ago, I was reminded of a game we used to play when we were kids, because my traveling companion, Kat, started it. And it's called the Cloud Game. I actually believe every child has probably played this game, where you lay on your backs wherever you are, and you look up at the sky, and you go, oh, there's a bird. Oh, look, there's an angel over there. When we pause and enter into that space of beingness that we did as children, like naturally did as children, we cannot help but be overcome with the all-presence, the omnipresence of presence. I remember standing the first time that I went to the Grand Canyon, and I stood on the edge of one of the canyons and looked out over the landscape, and I wept because it was so beautiful. And in that moment, for the first time in my life, I think I felt completely connected. Connected to everything. When we dare to just be. To gaze out the window without grimace, without groaning, but to simply gaze out at the window and see evidence that there is something bigger than us out there. we can't help but tune in to that oneness. Becoming one within ourselves is about connecting consciously. For everyone, that's different. It could be like this book that takes you away and moves you. It could be listening to music. It could be simply sitting and being. It could be gazing out the window at the snow falling. To become aware of that oneness is to connect consciously and to communicate continually. There's a song that we sing in Unity about my thoughts are prayers, so I'm always praying. My thoughts are prayers, and I am always praying. My thoughts are prayers, be careful what you're saying. What if our every thought was a communication, was a message to the divine? So I want you to know that sometimes I walk around and I'll just go, I'm so excited! I'll even say to my wife, this is a fantastic time to be alive. I get excited because I know that in my lifetime, I'm going to see unity. I'm convinced. I know in my lifetime that I'm going to see oneness because it already exists in me. So it's just a matter of time before it shows up out here. And so it's not unusual for me to go through my day and pause for a minute and just go, thanks, God. And it's not unusual for me to have moments like when my computer crashed and me go, help, please. Continual communication and collaborative, consistent collaboration. Do you collaborate with the divine or do you push? I'm going to tell you, I've been a pusher and you don't win. Like you can push and what results is pain and suffering. When you are pushing against the flow, you are creating your own pain and suffering. It's so much more pleasant to just go with the flow. It's so much more pleasant to collaborate with that which created us. You know, our third principle tells us we co-create our experiences through our thoughts, through our feelings, through our actions. We co-create with that creative energy that created all things. So are you working in collaboration or are you pushing against? I know that I'm in collaboration when I'm in gratitude. When I can say thank you. And I can say, okay, so this is what's happening now. Thank you. Thank you for being present in the midst of this. Thank you. Thank you for my friends. Thank God for Zoom and YouTube and people willing to learn the technology. Thank God, right? Gratitude. Absolute gratitude. I know that we are not physically together. I know that some of you have canceled your Thanksgiving plans. I know that many of you will be alone or you'll be home with your spouse, and that this is a different kind of holiday season. And I don't want to minimize, don't ever think I'm minimizing the struggle of that. the emotions of that. But know that I'm here to remind you that the universe is conspiring for our good. To remind you that you are one with all that is. And because you are one with all that is, every member of your family is one with all that is. That there is nothing outside the circle of the living, loving presence. And so even though you are not physically together, those that you love, whether here or in another place, physical or non-physical, are as close to you as your breath. This is an invitation to see, hear, and feel God. To wade into the stream of oneness consciousness. Howard Caesar assures us that when we wade into that stream of unity consciousness, there are more wonderful moments of love, peace, and joy as a result of having become saturated in these energies. This is an invitation for a different kind of Thanksgiving. This is an invitation for you to be one. Will you accept that invitation? With infinite love and gratitude, my heart is connected to your heart, wherever and whenever you are. We are one. And for that I give thanks. Namaste. So I want to invite you, wherever you are, to take a deep breath in. Slowly let it out. To close your eyes, to stare out the window at the beautiful snow. Whatever will help you turn within. Sometimes I just have to place my hand on my heart. Just to become aware of that which breathes me. And so I invite you to breathe. I'm going to ask our camera person to show you the beautiful berry tree outside our window. She does such a wonderful job of taking us there in meditation by focusing on beautiful scenes. And I just invite you to breathe in to the glory. I have given them the glory that you gave me, that they may be one as we are one. In this moment, I invite you to breathe into the glory of the Creator. Glory. That which is beautiful, that which is loving, that which is peace. The glory of connection. Connection to your family. Your connection to friends. your connection to the source within you. I in them, and you and me, so that they be brought to complete unity. Breathe into that oneness that already exists. Feel your connection. Feel the unity that already surrounds you and lives within you. And so we know and rely on the love God has for us. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God and God in them. Breathe in to love. Allow that love to well up inside of you. Those who are in your inner circle, those people who love you, the authentic you, unconditionally. Love through God, love of God expressed through those who are close to us. And as that love wells up inside you, allow it to spill over. With every breath, send love. Love to those who can't be with you. Love to those you haven't seen for a while. Love that travels across the miles and across the waves. Imagine your love joining with the love of others, creating this ocean of oneness that sweeps through your town, your city, your state. An ocean that flows through the United States and around the world. Imagine every spark as a droplet in this ocean of love. We pause now, just for a moment, to rest in the silence in this ocean of oneness.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me, I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when I feel I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind and hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Amen. So wherever you are, we appreciate your generosity and the ways that you support Unity Fort Wayne Spiritual Center in remaining here and present and live with you on Sundays and carrying on the work that we are called to do. There are a multitude of ways that you can give. You can give online at unityfw.org. You can download our app, which is in the App Store for both Android and Apple. Our app is Unity, capital F and capital W. And I am still in the office once a week. I come in and check messages and mail. And so you can also still mail us. I'm having trouble speaking all of a sudden. Let's try that again. You can still mail us a paper check if you choose as part of your tithes to support our center and the work that we're doing. Wherever you are, I invite you to help me bless our offering by putting your hand on your heart and saying our blessing with me. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful. So please know that you can email me your prayer requests. We have lots of opportunities to connect since we can't be together. So the good news is there is now one Zoom address for everything. And so whether it's a class and eventually, probably, well, next week anyway, even our services will all be on the same Zoom link if you choose to join us on Zoom. And everything will also be broadcast on YouTube Live. So what we have coming up is next week, a friend of Unity, Sue Riley, who is a Posse Music Award winner and a lovely musician in Florida, will be piping in on Zoom to provide us with a lovely concert. I will be coming to you live from my hometown in Henderson, Kentucky. So for those of you who notice my twang, it will be loud and clear, I guarantee you, next week, because I'll have spent 2 or 3 days with my mother. So please tune in. I'll be there facilitating and bringing you prayer and the message as Sue provides the music and a beautiful concert for us next Sunday via Zoom. On Monday nights, starting in December, at 7 p.m., we will be having a mindful, metaphysical Christmas. So it's one of my favorite times of year, and I love looking at the metaphysical meaning of it, and I love the opportunity to slow down and be mindful. And so I invite you to join me on Monday nights on Zoom for a metaphysical Christmas. We'll be doing a mindful practice like the first 30 minutes, and then we will be exploring what really might have could have happened at Christmas. So please tune in for that. On Tuesdays from 1 to 2:30, Susan Heine facilitates a spiritual book study group. They are also on the same Zoom link. If you have not joined her group before and you're home and you want some connection time, please take time to do that. On Wednesdays, we have a midweek pause for connection. At 12 o'clock, we meet on Zoom to just check in to see how our day is going, how our week is going. If you have any special prayer requests, you can make them at that time. It's just a 30-minute time to hang out with me and to hang out with Susan and to hang out with each other on Zoom. And then at 12:30, we have meditation from 12:30 to 1. We do that again. We repeat that again in the evenings for those that are still working away or just working during the day and can't get away. So at 6:30, we do a check-in with meditation afterwards. So from 6:30 to 7, we do a check-in, and at 7 o'clock, we do a meditation. So, my friends, we've come to the end of our hour. We hope that you will join us now by saying the prayer for protection. So how about namaste hands at our hearts? The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. And all is truly well. And Lois and Kat are going to sing Souls of God. You've heard it before, so please, wherever you are, feel free to join in and sing with them. And we offer you our deepest and greatest Thanksgiving blessings.
am a spark of God, shining, loving. I am a spark of God with sparks around me. I am a spark of God, shining, loving. I am a soul free to be. Look all around your universe. What do you see? You're in a world of loving souls, sparks that are free. Look all around your universe. What do you hear? Called to be willing to live as one, free to be. You are a spark of God, shining, loving. You are a spark of God. This is what you are. You are a spark of God, seeing, listening. You are a soul free to be. Look all around your universe. What do you feel? Souls that are loving, amazing grace. This is for real. Look all around your universe. What do you know? Growing in wisdom with unity, we let go. We are souls of God, shining, loving. We are souls of God. This is who we are. We are souls of God, feeling, knowing. We are all of God. We are all one. We are one, all one, all one.
Amen. And so it is. Beautiful.